Hi folks, I'm 13. TT is for tabletop. You might think big systems like Pathfinder 2e and SotDL look like totally different games from D&D, but is that really true? We'll replace the columns on our chart based on how interact, stand up, and drop prone are grouped or split, and use this new framework to break down the similarities and differences between these systems. The rule for the first column is interact and stand up are in the same tier. In the D&D 3e family, interact and stand up both cost a move action. Meanwhile, dropping prone is usually treated as a free action that costs 0 resources. In Star Wars Saga Edition, although dropping prone was changed to cost a swift action, in terms of action tiers, it still has a clear contrast with interact and stand up, which both require a move action. While Breaker Alliance is super unique, interact and stand up are both minor actions, but activate is also usually a minor action. The number of minor actions goes up as you level up. You get 1 at level 1 to 4, 2 at level 5 to 8, and 3 at level 9 and above. You always get exactly 1 major action, and it can be swept downward for a minor action. If you look at this through a PF2e lens, it is basically like having 2 actions at level 1 to 4, 3 actions at level 5 to 8, and 4 actions at level 9 and above. Thus, anything you do with your major action basically carries the Florist trait. This means you can only do 1 of those big moves per turn. At lower levels, this system might look a bit like D&D 3e, but as you level up, its action point system vibes become way more obvious. The rule for the second column is interact and drop prone are in the same tier. In D&D 4e, interact and drop prone both cost a minor action. When we get to Pathfinder 2e and Starfinder 2e, both of these change to cost 1 action. And in SotDL, interact and drop prone are both merely a free maneuver. If you upgrade D&D 4e's move action and minor action to a standard action, it becomes super close to the Pathfinder 2e family setup. On the flip side, if you downgrade a bunch of activities in D&D 4e, like activate, interact, stand up, and drop prone by 1 tier, it turns into a system like SotDL. Beacon also belongs in this category. Its activate and interact have already been downgraded, but stand up still costs a move action, just like in D&D 4e. When we get to SotDL, if you are forced prone, standing up costs a maneuver, but if you drop prone on purpose and then stand back up, it is just a free maneuver. The rule for the third column is interact, stand up, and drop prone are all in totally different tiers. This covers DC 20, Nimble, Draconim, and the D&D 5e family. In these systems, interact is treated as a quasi-action. This means you get a set number of free uses per turn, and going over that limit costs an action or AP. In Draconim, standing up costs 1 AP, but in the other systems, the cost is just move over to your movement. DC 20 2 spaces, Nimble 3 spaces, and the D&D 5e family just straight up takes half your total speed. And when it comes to dropping prone on purpose, it is almost always 100% free in these systems. After sorting all of this out, we can easily cluster these systems into 9 clear families. The 3 columns are exactly what this video is all about. They show the framework made by how interact, stand up, and drop prone are grouped or split. Meanwhile, the first and second rows show the systems where there is a clear contrast between activate and interact. The third row shows systems where activate and interact cost the exact same. We already saw that Beacon can team up with SotDL to form the Beacon family. Now with this brand new framework, we can finally add Shadow of the Demon Lord, Shadow of the Weird Wizard, and the Cosmere RPG to our roster. Shadow of the Demon Lord and Shadow of the Weird Wizard will team up with DC 20 and Nimble to form a brand new Shadow of the Demon Lord family. In Shadow of the Demon Lord, Interact is a quasi-action, and dropping prone is a free action. This fits the normal setup of the third column. Also, standing up makes you give up your action or movement, which is very close to Draconym, costing a flat 1 AP. Next up, we have Shadow the Rear Wizard. Its interact, stand up, and drop prone cost 2 yards, 4 yards, and 1 yard for movement. Not only are the numbers totally different on paper, but they also just shave off a chunk of your movement for the turn. There is no competition for resources, where doing A locks you out of doing B. This means there is no contrast between them. So in the action economy, we just treat them as tags with different costs. As for the Cosmere RPG, it joined forces with Draconym to form the brand new Cosmere Family. Even though Activate and Interact both cost an action in the Cosmere RPG, standing up is a free action, and dropping prone is not even on the activity list. This setup clearly does not belong to the Pathfinder 2e family. The Cosmere RPG has a general rule where you can only use each type of activity once per turn. Because of this, its so-called free actions actually have strict usage limits. This means every single free action basically sits in its own little bubble. On top of that, standing up drops your movement by 5 feet, which makes it super similar to the other systems in the third column. The Beacon family is made of heavy tactical systems that turn up the epic scale of combat. The coolest feature of the Cosmere family is how they blend deep story elements with hardcore tactical combat. In contrast, the members of the Shadow of the Demon Lord family actually carry some serious OSR traits deep down in their DNA. This actually reveals a super interesting trend. Different types of systems tend to lean towards specific choices when building their core action system. Because of that, even if we only use how activities are grouped or split as our criteria, the family tree we ended mapping out perfectly matches their actual game genres. You might notice there is a secret Starfinder 1e family hanging out in the second row, which includes Starfinder 1e and the upcoming Last Ark dropping this year. We will save them for the next video and reveal the true dividing line that splits the first row from the second row. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and support my Patreon. Until next time, may all your loot be heavy.